What is the discovery process in a workers' compensation case? Two different tracks exist. The claim is accepted. Discovery is going to be ongoing as to your treating doctor providing timely reports. Every 45 days, you visit that doctor. That is part of the discovery process. The employer, in fact, can also take your deposition even if the case is accepted. Understanding that a deposition is a sworn statement under oath, and you must tell the truth about the history of your injury and the history of your activities and the history of all your claims. You'll also be required to submit a medical release. In these cases, witness statements are often taken. In addition, the employer may require you to go to what's called a qualified medical evaluator or an agreed medical examiner. At times, the employer does engage in surveillance, where they're watching you from afar to determine whether or not you're telling the truth. It is important to understand these stages of the process all require you to be consistent in your history, relating what is injuring you, the nature of the facts, and the history of your care. Any part that is not consistent will be attacked by the employer in this situation. That's why the discovery process is critical for you to understand. This requires preparation, creating a chronology of events from the date of injury, where you've treated, who you've treated with, what your activities are, and living within those restrictions. If you're going to testify that I can't lift my child anymore, and you're then lifting your kid at a park, they're going to capture that on film. Discovery also goes into the realm of social media. They're going to examine your social media accounts to see what you're posting. It is important to understand when you're entering this system, the microscope will be on top of you. Whether or not your case is accepted or not, they are going to assess this issue. And the reason why this is important is because of what's called workers' compensation fraud. They're going to use discovery in order to determine whether or not the person is telling the truth. It is important to understand this is a serious process and engage it accordingly. Thank you.